Hey everyone, welcome to Collective Voyage, a new series we're testing out where the Goldfish crew plays the game Dungeons & Dragons with each adventure taking place throughout the Magic the Gathering universe. This episode is part 2 of a 3-part series where we play through an adventure called X Marks the Spot, an official adventure published by Wizards of the Coast that has us exploring the world of Ixalan. If you haven't seen the first part yet, we have a link to it in the video description and I highly recommend checking out that video first. And for everyone who's caught up, keep watching, and we hope you enjoy the show.
Alright, so we Pink Panther snuck around the Deathcore scavengers, which then attacked the people following us. And now we're in a forest clearing, of
Yes, so,
Valicia is home in.
Back to the map proper again.
Okay.
I will show you your progress, because you progressed quite a bit.
Good job, us.
Let me move properly. Alright. You were here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no,
5
that's
feet?
not what I wanted.
Ooh, 5 feet.
5 feet?
That was a
Alright,
short battle.
You were here. You were... Oh, that's gray. Why is that gray?
That's very gray. That is... I am unable to see that.
Yeah. Ooh.
I'm really good at this.
Is that a flag?
I don't know.
Whoa! What is happening?
Alright. Let me just clean
Just
it up
use
a
the
bit.
freehand tool, my friend.
I was.
What? Alright. So we were here. We went through the field
Yes.
to here.
Yes. Yeah. And you want to go
To there.
and then there.
And then down to there.
Crappy gray screen. Yeah. There we
So,
go.
are we, like, near the fort, then?
You're going around it.
Okay.
The vampires don't really go into the forest much.
Well, then we should probably sneak past the fort in the forest, then, to the Primal Wellspring.
I agree. So currently we are here, and we would like to go to there and avoid any patrols from the fort.
Yes.
Cool. All right. So I'm pretty well versed in the fort, but we're in the forest area, which feels like it's a bit more of Jen's wheelhouse. So
Yes.
I will kind of defer to you in getting us through this tangled mess.
Yeah, there's
Of
no
trees.
like real roads in the forest. It really depends on your survival skills. So there's actually a skill, survival, which will help you get in the direction you want to go. You have the map, so you know where you want to go. You just don't know how to get there very well. But if anybody is really good in survival, it will help a bunch. And also if Valicia rolls, she is really knowledgeable about the inner workings of inside of Ixalan, so I'm going to give her a +2 bonus to any rolls she makes.
So I got an 11.
Or sorry, advantage to any roll she makes.
Oh, advantage?
Yeah.
That means I get to roll again?
Yeah, because you've been here, so
All right.
you're familiar with these areas quite a bit. All right, so
So 16.
Also, Ardenok is fairly familiar with the area as well. He comes from Odapek, which is a little bit up north. Let me reveal it. Where? No, that's dice. Aha!
Like somewhere up there? That
He comes
just
from
got
there.
hidden.
Oh.
Hey, it was a good guess.
So
Yeah, so
he
that's
is
close.
also quite familiar with this area, and yeah, he hasn't been to the Primal Wellspring before. That's a merfolk territory, and it's like a sacred site that even the merfolk do not go there often. But so Talisha has an innate advantage, but Ardenok is just generally really good at navigating. So both of you, with your skills combined, you manage to find the right direction to go. So you start going through the forest. It's a jungle forest, and you start making your way through. And now I want to see if I want to make a secret roll because I don't want you to see. Tell me if high is good or low is good, Richard.
Low is good.
Okay.
Good choice after your first fighting experience back in the prison.
I was dehydrated. Do not take that.
We're passing over some rivers. You can stick your head in.
So 1d20. Nope.
It's like dash GR or dash GM roll, and then what you want to roll. Oh, mechanical keyboards. The siren song. Do you have a D20 in real life just near you, or a coin?
I can do an online roller. All right. We're doing.
You can't just roll you can't just roll a 20.
Secret. He wants to
Because
keep
I
it
don't
secret.
need to know if you see it or not. All right, online roller.
Can't you just do that? Only me and you know. Dash GM roll and then 1d20, and you're the GM.
All right. It's fine. I did an online roll. No one will know, except me. Okay, so you go through, and you do come across the sounds of movement. Like you just see random wildlife, but nothing is pressing. Like nothing seems overtly hostile or overtly threatening. It's just the jungle life. So as you're moving through, it's dawn. It becomes daytime. It's going to take a full day to get to the primal wellspring at the very least. And you come across fauna. You come across random wildlife. You do come across also some tracks, Sun Empire tracks leading through the forest in the same direction as you're heading. And yeah.
How recent are these tracks?
Very recent. They have been here within a day.
Wait, what kind of tracks are these?
Humanoid
Sun
footprints,
Empire.
humanoid footprints, and just by the shape of the footprints, you know that like the vampire Dusk Legion, usually when they're having scouts, they have like these. They have armor on, and they usually have like a pointed toe. And these do not have a pointed toe. These seem like to be like sandal prints, so you can recognize them as like Sun Empire footprints. And you also do notice dinosaur footprints moving alongside them, which are traditionally their mounts.
Okay, so great.
Okay.
And they seem to be moving like, it seems like they're taking a long route around the fort, or maybe moving to like a different position around the fort. Leover, whatever, Fort Lure. But they're they're moving in the direction that you're moving.
Okay. I'm not really worried about them. I'm from the Sun Empire.
All
Sun
right, so-
Empire tracks.
Sun Empire tracks. with
Going to
dinosaurs.
the primal wellspring? What? Why?
In the direction, at the very least. It could be also going to the fort. You're not sure yet.
But give a hot guess to the primal wellspring. I guess we should be on our guard. It seems like we're not the only people traveling this way. Arsenak, you kind of know these areas. Maybe you can guide us around your friends.
Yeah. We can, you want to, like, try to sneak around them?
Well, not sneak, just, I don't know.
Avoid them?
Yeah, avoid.
All
I'm
right.
not trying to go slower. Just trying not to
Yeah.
fight dinosaurs.
No
Shark bait's enough
conflicts.
for me.
Okay. That works. We can try to avoid them.
Okay.
I mean, they might be a ways ahead of us still.
That's true. So I guess we forge ahead. So do we want to follow their tracks, or like go adjacent to them, or like how you feeling?
We can hide our tracks in their tracks, so we should follow them as long as our paths are the same direction.
Ooh.
There we go.
That's true.
Are my orcish feet gonna make this work?
It's fine.
I mean, if you want it to be impeccable, then you do have to make a stealth check to make sure that you're completely unseen. But just generally, survival instincts, like survival skill, will let you follow the tracks in a way that it's going to be hard to follow them afterwards. You can also hide your tracks with survival as well. So, whatever.
I'm hidden.
18.
We're doing great.
You guys figure out a suitable path that seems like it won't leave a lasting mark on the ground. Maybe you're walking like through streams and stuff to lose your tracks as well, making it harder to follow. Like you do notice on the on the map, there are these large rivers that you have to cross. So if you're crossing through them in certain ways, and your entry point and exit points are not a straight line, you just like walk down the river or up the river for a bit and then leave, it's going to be very difficult for people to follow you. So if you're taking those measures, it's going to be hard for people to follow you, let's say from Conqueror's Foothold.
Yes.
Sounds
so.
like a
I
good
definitely
idea.
want us to. I will be leading us to do that as we are walking through the forest.
Okay.
When we get to the first freshwater river, I take my water skin and I dip it inside of the river, and I just start kind of pouring it like around our 2-coined friend and being like, look at all this water. And I scoop it all back in and I hand the water skin. I'm like, here, this is yours forever.
I glare at our vampire friend. Just you wait till we get the treasure and you're no longer needed.
I give him like a smile that shows my fang, and I like lick one of them, and I'm like, thanks for coming along.
You know, you always need a snack for a long trip, right?
Yeah, you always need friends, don't you?
Okay, so you keep going on the path. You're following. You're making it hard to follow, but you're also following the Sun Empire tracks that you found, and you keep traveling. You keep traveling. 6 hours pass, and nothing
6
else of
hours
note
later.
happens. You're still like a day's journey behind the Sun Empire, but you're also moving faster than they are. They were a larger group, and maybe had like more stuff to hold on to. And also, you guys have two expert navigators to make it a lot easier. This is not Sun Empire territory. This is like vampire / merfolk territory. So you keep moving, and now I'm going to also need another roll check as it becomes night, and we're going to see if anything interesting happens.
What are we rolling?
I'm going to roll, but you're going to tell me if high is good or low is good.
High.
Okay. And it is almost nighttime. And again, you hear like the far off cry of a T-Rex, but it's not close, and you know it's not like hunting you per se. And just nothing in the area seems to be overtly threatening to you, and you manage to stay away from any specific pitfalls, like any like giant carnivorous plants. You recognize them from a distance, and you veer away from them. Any places that you know or feel is like an area that is like a pirate ambush or a territory that pirates have been camping in, you also steer away from expertly. Valisha just like
great
knows
job,
the
us.
area. Huh?
Great job, us.
Yeah.
I'm just trailing along, trying not to get killed as much as possible.
Yeah, and it seems like also seems like the whoever is leading the Sun Empire group is also doing a fairly good job of avoiding the same stuff that you are. So you haven't seen you've seen them change course and everything, but they move past the forts, and they are moving in the direction of the Primal Wellspring. It's a place that none of you have been to, but definitely Valisha knows that it is a place of potent magics, and it's a sacred site to the merfolk. It's a place that some people journey to. If they're deemed worthy, they're granted access, and they're given access to the rejuvenating waters of the wellspring. But it's something that has to be earned, definitely.
As we get around here, near the start of this big river, can we... Oops, sorry about that. Can we make us like camp and kind of discuss the next steps? Would that make sense? I mean, we've literally been walking for like 24 hours.
Yeah,
we had a prison escape and haven't rested. Yeah.
So
When we escaped at night, we needed to work through the day. I kind of figured as the sun started going down, it would be like an early rest.
well, yeah. You can make camp whenever you want, basically. So
Yeah, sounds good to me. I'll one of the second level spells I have is called. I want to see if it's in Roll20. I hope it is. It's called Shelter. Is it in here? All right, continue. I'm gonna look up why this spell is inappropriate.
So with just a survival skill, if anybody wants to make a survival skill, you can find a suitable spot to make camp that you feel will be out of the way and relatively protected from, random dinosaurs trying to look for an easy meal.
Alright, before we stop to rest, I am going to cast Cure Wounds on myself. And I'm going to regain 1d8 plus spellcasting modifier.
Okay.
Which is spell attack modifier. Is that it?
I will mention, however, whenever you take a short rest, you're going to heal any number of hit dice you want. So if you take a short rest, a short rest is basically 2 hours or like an hour-ish. I don't know, 2 hours. I want to say 2 hours. 2 hours of not doing any like extraneous things, no walking, nothing. If you're just like sitting around and like reading a book, that counts as a short rest. And during that time, you can roll a number of dice equal to your number of hit dice. So it's 4, whatever your hit dice is for your character is, your class, and plus your constitution, and you heal that much. And
short rest?
Yeah, once you expend a hit dice, it's gone until you can't use that hit dice again to regain health until you finish a long rest. During a long rest, you get all your hit points back, and you replenish all the hit dice you spent during your short rest. So I would recommend not healing if you want a short rest, unless you're anticipating that something bad might happen and you can't short rest. Because
I think a short rest. If I get to heal in a short rest, then I will not use my cast. I will not cast a spell.
Okay. Well, with Ardenok's expert survival skills and your expert survival skills, you find a spot that is relatively secure. It's off the path. It's near the water. And
you can place this on the map, Tomer.
Huh?
I just marked a point that seemed appropriate, but you can place this where
no, that was a good spot.
My bad. One moment.
Excellent spot. So yeah, you find a good spot to rest, and it's up to you what you want to do with that.
So as we sit around this shelter here, I'm not very. I know that we're past the fort, but I don't really know anything else about this area. So I look to my companions and I'm like, "Hey, I know the temple is somewhere southwest of us, but I don't really know how we're supposed to get there. I see a bunch of mountains over here, and there's a river over there, and there's a fort behind us. So how in the world are we supposed to get to a temple?" Yes.
Wait, why are we following the Sun Empire?
I think we should catch up to the Sun Empire.
No.
It's probably my father. And
yeah, I don't want to be your father.
Overjoyed to see that I was safe and out of prison, and they would help us.
I think they're gonna go slaughter some merfolk. I don't want to be part of any of this.
Right. If they're hiking to the wellspring.
The what spring?
The wellspring.
Valicia knows that wherever this temple is, she knows the location of that and the wellspring. There is like both used to be holy merfolk sites before the temple was corrupted by evil. And there is like a pretty solid path leading directly from the primal wellspring down to the temple area.
So the what spring? The well what?
The primal wellspring. It's a sacred merfolk site for the river merfolk.
I know you know this, Tomer. I don't know if Jen's going to tell me because she's the character. Mr. DM over there.
Yes, so if you go into the center of this mountain range, there is a spring that will... it's sacred spring for merfolk where there's some healing things and it's just a sacred place most people never get to go in. But
shouldn't we avoid it?
Yeah, so... going around it, there is a path that goes from the wellspring to the old temple that was taken over from the merfolk. So if we can go towards the wellspring and then find this path, we can follow it south, and we'll be able to find the temple easily.
The fish has a good idea.
I think Ardenok's ancestors are over there frying some fish. I think we should avoid it. What if we go through the mountains and just go directly to the temple?
Well, they're
I have
mountains,
climbing rope.
but at the same time, I like the idea of a path directly from this wellspring to the temple. That I would prefer to get some road under my feet again. I'm tired of all these branches and vines and non-civilization.
And it's hard to find the temple. So the path is relatively well defined by the wellspring, but the farther you go to the temple, the harder it is to locate. It's more overgrown because it's been, transformed to evil, and so we can't. It's much harder to find just randomly to find the temple, where finding the wellspring is relatively straightforward.
Well, I'm down with going on the path, and if we run into the troops, then I think I can handle it, and it might even be a good thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I
Sounds good to me,
begrudgingly
Felicia.
follow these. I hope the vampire has my back in case we run into merfolk or the Sun Empire.
I look over at Turk 2 coins and I give him like a cockeyed look, and I'm like, I don't plan on fighting anything at the Primal Wellspring. We're gonna let them hash it out, and we're gonna find the path out there.
All right. Well, then
So
let's go find ourselves a path.
Snuggle up, take a short rest, and go over.
So you can take a short rest, you can take a long rest. A long rest takes like a full 8 hours. So if you're time sensitive,
I think we are.
okay.
Are we?
Yeah.
Short rest
Haven't
sounds
we
good.
lost Conqueror's Footholds? I haven't slept in like 36 hours. It's affecting my performance.
Yeah.
You've been
Okay.
saying that
Short
since you
rest.
woke up in the prison cell yesterday. Always excuses with you.
Yeah. I've already been replenished because I drew some blood, so I'll sit watch during the short rest, and you guys can sleep. I knew this adventure was going to happen, so I'm well rested. Not well rested, but I'm still rested enough to where I can keep watch for a bit. If y'all want to honk shoe,
Can I
Sharkbait will
can I
keep
have
you
some
company.
rations?
You can have 5 days worth of my
Or do I
rations.
need to go hunt?
No, you don't. You can have 5 days of my rations. Here are 5 days of rations.
All right. It seems
Exactly
he
5.
does not expect to live much longer here, so I'm gonna eat his rations and prepare myself for battle.
All right. I'll keep watch for 4 hours.
Okay.
All right.
So for the first one, high or low for the first watch to see if anything interesting happens.
We'll go with a low roll.
Okay. 4 hours pass uneventful.
Yeah, good job, me. I'm the best at being on watch. So 4 hours pass, and I'm guessing it's starting to be the break of dawn again.
Yep.
I go and I sort of rouse Turk 2 coins awake without rousing the other two, and I whisper to him, and I'm like, I know that you're only in this for the money, but also, I don't think there's a safe place to go from here. So if we can get to the temple, I'll give you anything you want, but just help me get that chalice.
Okay, I thought he was gonna ask me to kill our fellow adventurers, but he's just asking me
Why would he ask you that? You're the least
because he
sleepy
knows
person
I
in
am the
group.
most outstanding fighter of us all, and he needs me. He needs me.
I do need you, though. You're right. I need you
And
to just keep with us and not turn tail and run.
I still don't trust this vampire who literally killed his friends a day before.
I did do that. That's right. I forgot. Yeah.
But
I
the
did it
allure
for
of
a good
treasure.
reason.
Little details.
The allure of treasure. So I don't trust him, but
Okay.
our paths align right now. So I nod to him, give him a little fist bump. Say, I
I
got
go
you.
over and I shake Artanak awake with, I'm assuming, a curled up shark bait in his arms.
Oh.
Kind of like give him a little bit of a nudge, and I like tap shark bait on the head, and I pull my hand back before it gets bitten. And I'm like, all right, are you ready to go?
Ready to go.
All right, I'll go wake the fish, and I go over and I like poke you with a long stick, just like on your leg to wake you up.
I kind of roll over and mumble something in merfolk that sounds like bubbling water spring. And then I like fall back asleep.
Okay, I then take the other side of the stick, which is larger, and I whack her on the leg.
What should
We're
you do
leaving
that for?
We're leaving now. And you're the one that's guiding us to the primal wellspring, so
All
we're
right.
putting our faith in you here.
Do I have time for some dried fish for breakfast?
Do you eat fish?
I don't know, but I do now.
I will consume 3 days of rations.
I would hope.
All right.
Very hungry.
And then I'm ready to go.
Okay. So you continue
venture
on
forth.
towards the primal
Wait,
wellspring.
did we
What?
put out the fire? We don't want to start a forest fire.
We had a fire?
You had a fire?
We
That's
did have
not
a
a-
We
fire?
did not
That
have a
doesn't sound
fire.
very stealthy.
Did you have a fire? I wanted.
We did not have a
I didn't
fire.
want to freeze to death. I thought you started a fire.
So
You had a blanket,
so
man.
Alan goes to sleep. Does Turk 2 coins start a fire?
Turk 2 coin started a
going to
fire.
sleep. We're all good.
I'm living the civilized life here. You guys can
Wait, so you
sleep
wanted
in
us to
dark.
start a fire?
We had
Alright,
a fire.
You had started a fire to take this short rest.
All right. I'll give Turk 2 coins inspiration for that ballsy play. And he has
Glad I
to
did low roll.
roll twice, high or low. The first one.
Wait, I have to roll? Or
No, I'm
guess
gonna
so.
roll
Hi.
high.
Is Smokey the bear gonna be angry? with
Okay.
me?
What's the next one? What do you want for the next one?
Hi.
Okay. You do hear some noises from the forest that seems to get a little bit louder. It's not like just the usual background noise. Yeah.
Guys,
It's
I
straight
might
about,
have
like-
goofed. They may have found our smoke fire.
Stupid fire. Okay. So I mean, I turned to Valesh and I'm like, can you guide us out of... Are they in the way of us getting to the wellspring?
No, they're coming from behind you.
Oh,
All right. Do you want to book it?
But
Yeah, let's book
also,
it.
Ardnok does recognize the chirps. They are also raptors, and
Great. Let's not deal with that.
sounds like they're on the hunt and they're moving in your direction. So
Okay.
Yeah,
I take out the next 5 days of my rations and I throw it towards them. So I am without rations.
well, they're like maybe like half a mile away. So
Oh, good.
yeah, we
Okay.
better get moving.
Let's
So-
get moving.
I walk over to 2 coins and whap him on the head. Just not to hurt him, but to be like, why did you start a fire? And then I was like, we got to go. And I just like take off running. They have to keep up with me.
Follow
Yeah,
immediately.
me too. We just gotta outrun 2 coins.
It's
Like,
little do they
turns
know.
out, yeah, that's how it works with bear
That's my
attacks.
calling card. That's how they know 2 coins has been here with the signature trademark fire. So we go with my legacy.
they will know
Leaving there.
the raptors will arrive there and be like, 2 coins is
2 coins was here and there's 5 days of rations for us to eat.
just squawking. All right, so you get out of there, and slowly but surely you hear the sounds of the jungle start to quiet down a little bit and go back to normal. And as you keep traveling, it's about 2 more hours where you see finally where the footprints of the Sun Empire ended. And before you see three Sun Empire corpses along with 3 of their mounted corpses on the ground. And they are kind of close in front of there we go. I'm gonna move you over to it actually.
So everything's dead.
Yes, there's 6 corpses on the ground, 3 Sun Empire, and then 3 are their mounts. It's these raptors that have been trained by the Sun Empire, and they have the barding of the Sun Empire. And in front of them is a large backpack that seems to be brimming with some stuff.
Wait, can I
Some
look closer at
glistening
the dead people?
Yeah, they're
Check, can we
directly in front of you.
investigate?
Did I get you guys on the right map?
We're on
I see-
like a twisting river
Yes.
with a sentinel totem on it.
Yes.
Okay,
Hey,
I'm
you
gonna-
recognized it.
I'm gonna turn over the dead body, and he looks.
So you
I'm gonna make
approach
an
it.
He looks like
investigation.
Ardenok, actually. Guys, am I just being racist, or does this guy look like Ardenok?
Well, they're literally a different race. Like, you are an orc. You're not a human.
Well, no, not me. Ardenok and the Sun Empire.
Oh. Yeah, they're in the garb of Sun Empire. They have Sun Empire attire, which also does match Ardenok's way of dressing. So
don't worry about it.
No, I'm saying this guy has a lush beard, and I'm thinking it looks just like Ardenok.
And Ardenok, to his dismay, actually recognizes one of the people there.
No, is it my father or one of my friends? I guess do I have to like go investigate?
All right, let's see how close of a connection it is to Ardenok. Roll a d20, and the higher you get, the higher the connection is.
Okay.
To this person.
I guess you're hoping for a lower roll then.
Maybe. It's just story.
Well, Seth does traditionally roll low, so.
Oh, you want me to roll it? I thought you were gonna roll it. I see. All right, here we go.
That was me.
Okay.
This is oh god, it's your buddy.
Oh man.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely your dad.
Oh no.
Oh no, you just killed your dad.
Oh, that's a bummer.
The one time you roll high.
What's your dad's name?
What is your dad's name?
Oh man, don't make me say it. I know that's what this is about. Roxel, I think, something like that.
To be fair, I didn't know there was a name established. I just wanted you to
I didn't
make
know
up
there
a
was a
name.
name
There
established.
is.
I was
It's in my
excited.
backstory.
Wait. If that's your dad, are you king now? What happened?
Oh yeah, are you the king now?
He wasn't a king. He was just like a general, or what? He was a leader of the army. And I was hopefully gonna take his spot one day. But
well, you have a spot now. Command your army. And
he was
take
a leader of the Emperor's Vanguard, which are like the elite strike force of the Sun Empire. Roxel was his name. Yep.
Are you like sad? What are you doing over there, my friend?
How are you feeling?
What's Sharkbait doing?
Due to this revelation?
I am I'm just like in shock. My father was always such a good warrior. It's surprising that he would be taken out on this path. So I'm just kind of more surprised than anything. Also sad, but just in shock and can't believe what actually happened.
What do we think was the cause of death? Was there a battle?
I would investigate the corpses and see what happened.
I'm encouraging them to investigate because I'm not going to be good at it.
I'm not good at investigating.
All right, I will also investigate the corpses.
There's dead bodies over
You can
here.
also use
They're just dead.
You can also use a medicine check. Investigate, medicine. They both work. Or you can perceive to see, like, oh, there's a wound. You don't know what the implication of it is, but...
Are you CPRing him? What's happening? What's a medicine check?
Medicine is, like, to see if somebody's ill or to see, like, what's not right about the body. So, if you want to do, like, a mortuary, like, report, then... Okay, so 19 is definitely good. You see right off the bat on the corpses that there is definitely heavy bludgeoning. It seems like massive boulders struck your father and his mounts and everybody in there and just crushed them.
But are there any boulders or anything around?
There's like rocks around the streams, but nothing that seems like it killed them. There's no blood on the ground, or blood-stained rocks on the ground. There's obviously blood around, but yeah, it seems like they were bludgeoned to death, like smush.
Should we go?
Do we see this this symbol thing?
Yeah, the backpack or whatever. Is that what that is?
You see inside there's a big sorry, it's not a bag, it's an ornate chest, and it's gleaming with ornate Sun Empire motifs around it. It's gleaming with gold and rubies, and it just shines in any of the light that manages to find its way through the rooftop canopy. It looks splendid. It seems like it was something ceremonial, something maybe like an offering. This is something you would offer to like nobility, perhaps.
All right, well...
It looks incredibly expensive. Inside it is, you see poking out of the lid is jewels and gems and gold. And on top of it is a jade dagger that kind of glows with an inner light.
So while everyone is mourning the death of Artenok's father, I'm going to...
We're mourning
Sorry,
the death of
it's
our
gold
father?
and gems, but Artenok's father is carrying a dagger that is glowing with a
Oh, Arnok's father's carrying the dagger?
Yeah, I'm
That's
gonna...
What's his father's name, Seth?
Roxel?
Something.
Like
Yeah, we're going with
Roxel.
Roxel.
Roxel's? Okay, Roxel's holding the...
Well,
the dagger.
I mean, I should probably... Can I take the dagger from my dad?
Yes.
So
And when you do...
Uh-oh.
I'd also like to detect magic, by the way.
Well, it's glowing with an inner
Too
light.
late.
But I move you
Wait,
here,
what
and
is
you should see
detect
nothing,
magic?
right?
I see black.
We see absolutely nothing.
I will
all black.
reveal...
A dowsing dagger!
Found a dowsing dagger.
Ooh. Wait, I don't see it.
I don't see anything.
Scroll up.
Oh, it's all the way up.
Right click and move it up.
Oh.
I'm going to skip the... In 5th edition, it's very easy to identify magical items. All you have to do is something called a tuning. During a short rest, you could just focus on an item, and you'll innately know all the information. I'm just going to skip that part, and here you go. So when you pick up the dagger, you innately know what its purpose is for. It's a curved jade blade by the River Herald. So yeah, Valisha would know what it's for. It's magical, so it's usually given to like priests and hierarchies or like top shamans in the merfolk community, and it can detect the presence of fresh water within 200 feet. And I mean, they're following a river that's leading towards the primal wellspring.
So I cast detect magic around the stone offering. So I cast detect magic on myself, and then I walk over to the stone idol.
Okay,
That's full of gems.
So no, that's not full of gems. There's just there's a big chest that is like big Sun Empire emblazoned all over it, and it's full of gold and stuff. And that's like almost tipped over beside all the corpses. But as you mentioned, there is a totem, a totem just kind of sitting in the middle of the river, kind of like overlooking this. It's inanimate, but it's overlooking it.
And so, do I feel any magical power from it? From that totem? Like, is there a magic source?
It's definitely has runes, and Valisha knows that these are ancient century totems from the river folk. It's a magic. It's a construction that has been lost to the ages, but it is usually
Don't go touch
a messenger or a warding of some sort.
I wasn't going to. I was actually going to call it to you. Do you know what this thing? It's magical. Do you know what this is? It's in a river. I'm assuming you're a fish and you know what it is.
Uh-oh.
It looks like that.
No, it
didn't like grow.
Oh, that's a new monster to fight.
I just wanted to show you what it looks like, and it's on a nocturne.
Wow, that's pretty incredible, actually. Yeah.
I'll give that.
I believe this is an ancient century totem. We must be going the right way.
And as you approach it, it lights up in this glowy neon jade light, and it speaks out, or like a voice echoes out in language that perhaps you guys know, but it is Aquan. So
I do not know Aquan.
You know Aquan, you're a merfolk.
Yeah.
No, it says I know merfolk.
You know it's merfolk. Sorry.
We're going to call it merfolk.
It's merfolk.
I also know merfolk.
You know merfolk?
So, yeah.
Everybody knows merfolk?
While you guys are talking, I'm gonna pocket some treasure
Do so,
with
man.
my sleight of hand.
Get your treasure game on. Ooh!
Nice.
I'm gonna sneak some rubies into my backpack and then join you guys.
From the sun offering.
So
okay.
everybody else moves forward, but Turk 2 Coins is getting quite a substantial a fortune being pocketed right now.
We should call him Turk 2 Rubies, because he has at least 2 rubies.
Well, I will note though, if you're trying to take all of it, that is going to make it difficult for you to walk. Like, I don't do encumbrance, but this is like a giant chest of jewels. So if you take all of it, you're going to be walking around with it, and you're going to have disadvantage on dexterity and agility based stuff.
I just take the best, the finest gems I can see.
Okay. So with a quick appraisal, you take whatever you think looks the most expensive, and you take like a good fourth of the gems, and it won't affect you. But you start to jingle like crazy.
No, I use my stealth. I don't
you
jingle.
you muffle it, so it's kind of. But
Through years of pillaging, I've learned how to arrange my coins so they don't jingle
okay,
on movement.
So you take an 8.
He has all these pockets.
You take
sewn
an
in his
8
coat.
of the coins and valuable gems, so you make sure you just have enough so it won't impede you in any way.
Yeah.
So you move up to the sentry totem and it starts speaking in Merfolk. And it says this. It says, I am the guardian of the oasis. If you seek to find your way, you will fail without my say. To gain my blessings, face my trials, but be warned, it may take quite a while. And then it goes silent.
Oh my god. Hey, what did this say, guys? I don't speak Merfolk. Can you translate?
You really don't?
No.
Oh.
Do you speak Merfolk?
I'm an
I
orc.
do.
What?
Oh my god,
Oh,
this is
my-
embarrassing.
You guys have been talking behind my back this entire time.
So everybody
We should have been
hears,
blubbering in Merfolk.
everybody hears the totems speak. Well, everybody hears the totems speak, but only one person doesn't understand. And he's busy pillaging. the
Yeah,
chests.
he wasn't listening
He
anyway.
wasn't- yeah.
He's basically a party shark bait, I guess. Okay.
So what do we do now?
I don't know.
Do we...
Tell me.
Can we
I-
just ignore this?
I go up to the totem and I
Felicia, is this important?
Don't touch it.
I touch the
It
totem.
says, yeah, I'm the guardian of the wellspring. If you seek to find your way, you will fail without my say. To gain my blessings, face my trials. But we won't be warned, it may take quite a while.
Adorable.
That's probably, like, something to do with the boulders that
could
crushed
be,
my father.
Yeah, that could be what
I know.
killed.
Oh, is this Indiana Jones?
It's Indiana Jones!
So
Take the ugly chalice.
do we gotta face the trials then, or do we just try to go on and ignore the warning?
We probably should face these trials. I think your father probably tried to ignore the warnings.
Or maybe you tried to face the trials. We don't know. Yeah,
I think we should face the trials.
okay, let's face the trials.
All right, I'm gonna
I'm
stand
good
a
to
little
face the
further
trials.
back in case something
I,
goes awry. I'm gonna stand over here.
I blubber in Aquin. We are ready to face your trial, Stone Sentinel
Okay.
of Guidance.
And it hums for a moment, and then it says, the first trial will test your mind, and trust me, it won't be kind.
Jesus Christ.
Man, I hate this ancient merfolk thing.
And then it falls dormant.
Thankfully.
And as you keep walking,
Ooh! What a transition.
Whoa.
Oh my
dun,
god.
dun, 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 you're still walking, and this is a totally different part of the forest, you guys.
Oh.
Okay. I'll move myself.
We're
don't
at the
worry, I
top
got
of the
you.
forest.
And as you keep walking, you come across these two large golems standing.
Okay, so we like walked down this way and now we're at the
I
entrance.
see.
Alright, cool.
And as you approach them, you notice that
So we
they're
like went
these,
this way and now we
these
came out over here.
golden sentries. Again, these are relics of an ancient time for the River Merfolk people. And Felicia is aware of these type of artifacts still being around, but she doesn't know their construction or their true purpose. They're usually just to ward people from sacred merfolk sites. So, two of them
Should-
bar
we just-
the way.
Can we just
So-
walk past them? Like, are they
This
actually
was a
blocking the way?
As you walk, they have these giant axes in their hands, and they literally bar the way. And then they speak, and they speak in one voice.
Ooh.
And as you see, like beyond this area, eventually this path diverges into two very distinct spots. It's a fork in the road, just a little bit south of here, beyond the map. And they speak in one voice, and they say, "One of the two paths leads to what you seek. The other leads to certain doom. We can tell you which path is safe, but beware. One of us always lies, and one of us always tells the truth.
This silly riddle.
You may ask us one question, so think carefully on what you say." And this is definitely not Felicia's tribe, by the way. This is some
Yeah.
other tribe.
All right, my what is my intelligence? My intelligence is a 0, so I'm going to
wisdom is a
defer. What can we ask? So one will tell the truth and one will always lie.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And one path will lead to the primal wellspring, and one will lead to certain doom.
So if we say, is this the right path? One will say yes and one will say no. Every time.
Mm-hmm.
But we won't know which one is lying.
Correct.
Yeah.
So-
if we ask which one's lying, the liar will say it's him, and the person telling the truth will say it's him, so we won't know.
Wait, we only have one question?
One question.
So I think we should ask. I'm sorry, Tomer. I've heard this riddle before. Is it okay?
Of
if I
course,
say the
no,
answer?
that's 100%.
Okay, good. Good.
You're
Okay.
allowed to meta
So we're gonna ask which door doesn't lead out.
Wow.
But
So if you ask, so basically what happens is when you ask, I'm going to ask one of the guards which door doesn't lead out. The one that's telling the truth will indicate which door is the incorrect direction, and the one that's lying will indicate the one that doesn't lead out, and we choose the other.
But what if they say what door? Both of them.
We have to, basically we have to walk through the opposite door that we're being told.
Or opposite path.
But
The
oh,
opposite
okay.
path.
Go over
Alright,
that
yeah.
answer one more time with me.
Okay, so we're going to ask, which door would the other guard say leads out?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Is that your final answer? So you're going to go to the one and you're going to ask what the other one would say?
I'm going to say it in a very David Bowie-like enunciation, because it's from the movie Labyrinth. And which door would the other say leads out? Which path would the other say leads out?
And as you do it in that inflection and the
Flourish.
one of them says it's the other one.
And the other, okay, and then
The
we
one
go,
to the right.
so then we go down the one to the left.
Very good.
Okay.
And you pass. And you keep going. And
I like Labyrinth a lot. It's a real good movie.
it's a good riddle.
Yeah.
And sure enough,
I'm gonna come around in the totem.
Did we just do a circle?
no, it's a whole different part of the thing. It's just keep going this way. All right. And finally, you come to another totem that looks exactly like the first one. And in a booming voice in merfolk, it says, "The trial of heart will test your worth, and succeeding will cause great mirth."
I don't think that's how mirth works.
And it goes silent.
Okay.
Alright, so I guess we keep going. Assume we'll run into something.
And as you
So
keep
let's say
going,
yes, let's continue down the
you
forest.
come across the exact same totem. And it says... Wait, sorry, no, it's not the exact same totem. Ah!
Oh,
Oh.
Circle. Okay.
it's an earthquake brewing. What is that? Ugh.
Make
Get that
a,
away.
you can make a nature check.
Nature check?
There is in front of you, standing on the path in front of you,
Nat 20. What is it?
Damn,
it's
son.
definitely a dryad. And they are
Okay.
local creatures. They're not very common, but they're fey creatures that inhabit the forest, and they do not take part of the conflicts of Ixalan. They are just beings of nature. They're generally good-willed. They don't like seeing creatures suffer, but they will not take part of any fights or anything like that. They're just wardens of nature.
So I step forward.
So
I take 2 steps back.
So it looks like it's sitting cross-legged at the road, and it beckons you near, and it says, "Please, for this trial, I need you to be close, in body and mind." And she says, I have the gift of knowing when someone tells the truth and when someone lies. And what I need from you to do is to answer one question for me honestly. Because we have been following your adventure through Ixalan. The trees have whispered your names and whispered your motivations. And I need honesty for you to pass this test.
Okay.
And she says, I need every single person, one by one, to answer truthfully. Why do they seek the artifact that they are seeking?
I looked at Sharkbait and I say he can go first.
So she turns to Sharkbait. Sharkbait does not respond. It's fine. It's just that this one speaks with a pure heart. It will pass.
Sharkbait passes the puzzle.
She turns to Aranok. Says, why do you seek the artifact that you look for in your heart?
So I don't even actually care about the artifact. I'm just trying to do the honorable thing and keep my promise for getting broken out of prison and having my life saved.
Okay, very well. And that's the truth?
That's the truth.
And she nods and she says, so it is. All right. And then she turns to Alan. She says, why do you seek the artifact?
I seek the artifact for the Order of the Five Sacraments in order to prevent further bloodshed and reinforce trade with the Sun Empire going forward. Because the loss of lives just for our gain is untenable.
She says, that also rings true. And she turns
Sweet.
to
I'm gonna go over here.
Turk 2 coins. And she says, why do you seek the artifact?
Well, this is easy. Great wealth and fame.
I like to look at this guy and I'm like, come on, bro.
I'm sorry,
I think
do-gooders
yeah.
over there. This is the pirating life.
That also rings true. And
What?
she turns...
Hey, I'm back.
She finally turns to Valisha and she says,
I give him
and
a really awful look.
And you, why do you seek the artifact?
What did Turk say?
Great
Wealth and
fame
fame.
and wealth.
Okay. The artifact has corrupted the temple of Aklazats, and I wish to expel the chalice.
Side point, by expel, do you mean destroy or just like get out of the temple?
I assume I mean destroy.
You're saying this. Do you mean you want to destroy it?
My thing says I mean to expel it.
Okay. Cool. I just look at the dryad like truth detector.
She's like, she is selling the truth. You have all passed the trial.
Whoa, I'm getting over here.
Hopefully you have all learned about yourselves and are closer together than ever before.
Wait,
I
what?
wish
It's
you
about
well
to get real.
on your mission.
I turn to Valisha.
My job here
and
is
I'm like,
done. Peace.
and I'm like, so side point, what? I'm looking to also expel the chalice from the temple, but use it for like a creative good, if you will.
There is no being on this earth that can use the chalice for good.
I believe
It
I may be one of them.
all.
It
It corrupts all.
Well, sure, but also, what if it didn't?
It does. That's just what the legend said.
Richard's slowly moving away on the map. I love it.
Getting rid of this.
We'll handle this.
situation.
We'll handle this later. But understand that I will be leaving the temple with that chalice intact.
You may believe that.
I know. I know that. As I start like looking over.
I don't know what's going on, but have we reached a mutual understanding?
All right.
Yes.
Whoa. Hey now.
Hey, you're an all-star?
I'm not trying to attack you. We're just continuing.
Go play.
All right, so as you continue bickering, you come across a familiar sentry totem. It awaits until you arrive beside it. And it says,
So many guys darn totems.
"The test of body is the ultimate test of might, for it is I that you must fight."
Stand back.
I looked at
It's my time to shine.
This one's yours. This one's his.
And initiative.
So, do you attack him?
Am I supposed to attack the totem? It's just a totem.
Don't know. Maybe.
All right, hand me my great axe.
You have your. I take it off of your back and give it to you. Here is your axe that you've had.
As you're figuring out where the great axe is and everything, it's slowly. There's a rumbling in the earth right around you. You feel the ground quake, but it's not an earthquake. It's very localized, and the vegetation starts to crack around you and start to fall. And you notice these large arms just being pulled out of the ground beside this totem, and the totem starts to raise up from the earth. And it seems like it's like almost a head atop a giant body that is pulling itself out of the ground. And finally it emerges a few seconds later in all its glory as a giant statue.
Ooh.
And now initiatives.
Wait, how do I roll initiative?
Make sure to click your token
Oh,
first
here.
and then click under initiative.
Okay. So, I do my initiative 2. Turn. Oh, let's clear this turn order.
Okay.
Remove all turns. There we go. Clear. All right, now let's do it properly.
Okay.
Well, I had all the older
And
monsters.
we're rolling again?
Oh, we're rolling
Where's the
again.
turn order?
Yeah, I don't see it anymore.
Now
Oh,
it's
there
on.
it is.
There.
I'll take my 4. Pour Alan to the 5 seconds.
Is it my turn now?
All right, you are not
Tense.
surprised as it takes a bit of time for it to actually get out of the ground, but you do notice in its full glory is like this large golem, and it has bloody fists. It's caked in dirt and blood, but it is also recent blood. Like, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's probably that boulder thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably
this
is.
isn't looking too hot. I am going to throw away this great axe because it did not serve me well, and pull out my crossbow,
Crossbow. Okay.
and I'm gonna shoot in the eye.
All right. Because you are right beside it, and it can move its hands in front of you. You will shoot with disadvantage. So that means you roll twice, and you take the worst one.
All right, I'll just use my old world rapier then. I will slash at it with my sword.
Okay.
So
So
I
you
do a
got your
strength,
rapier.
a strength or dexterity check. It doesn't matter. The same, right?
Oh, just click on your attack. If you put your attack in the character sheet.
Where's my oh, the weapon?
Yeah.
Do I need to do the armor check thing? No.
Well, first you have to roll to see if you hit.
Yeah. What do I roll?
If you put it in the thing, you can just click on your attack roll.
Like
Otherwise,
this?
just click
Ooh.
on
25.
Oh, that's a crit,
Yeah.
boys and
That
girls.
is a
Woo!
that's a crit.
All
Wait,
right,
wait.
it's a crit.
I'm an orc, so I have savage attacks. Roll an extra damage die on critical hits with melee attacks.
All right, so
Right, which is what we
Nice.
just
on a
did.
regular crit, you're going to roll damage twice. You're going to roll your damage die twice. because you're an orc, you roll 3 times, but you only have to roll your. You don't only add your strength modifier once.
Wow. So it's going to be 3d8 plus 3
Wait, what?
Yes.
I'm so
is
confused.
what you're going to roll. That's incredible.
Wait, my hit dice is 1d8 though.
I believe.
No,
Or
no.
4d8 total?
No. Your older rapier is 1d8.
Yeah.
You get a crit, so 2d8. Then an extra d8 for a third d8. Plus 3 piercing with your old weird rapier.
So what am I rolling?
So
3d8
If you're
and you're
looking-
adding 3.
3d8?
are you looking at where it says hit dice? Because that's how you determine your hit points. Not.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just
Your
looking at the
attack.
weapon that's on the original sheet we got. Just
Yeah.
1d8 plus
Okay,
3 piercing, so it'll be
3d8 plus 3?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright,
Yeah.
I will roll.
Oh,
Oh, wow, those are not
Those
great
are
rolls.
not-
10.
Nope.
I mean, you
I looked
automatically
impressive
hit
for
it.
a second.
Yeah. Turk
You look real
2
cool hitting
coins.
this thing.
flashes a miraculous pose. All the anime, transition happens. He goes for that final strike, and he lands a pretty good blow, but it's kind of like a letdown after the whole build-up of everything. You leave a large slash across its body, and some of its jade starts crumbling to the ground. It is now Velicia's turn.
Alright, I pull out my sling. And I have a 20 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits. Roll for damage.
Oh, that just did it again. So I need to roll 1d4 plus 1. Okay, I hit for 4.
And you knock off another piece of its golden armor, and it starts to crumble a little bit.
Yes!
But it's still pretty big. It's Arnok's turn.
All right. Well, I pull out my jade longsword and also go for for the 6.
Oh,
It's a 2 plus 2 plus 2.
almost, not quite.
Yeah.
It's a large creature, so it's pretty easy to hit. But despite that, you manage to just bounce your attack off like a piece of its armor, so it doesn't manage to do anything. It is now the large golem's turn, and it looks at Turk 2. Looks at Turk 2 coins, and it swings down a mighty fist.
Oh.
I got this, guys. I'm very dexterous. Oh boy.
All right, it hits.
Wait, how can you tell it hits or not? It has to be higher than my armor class? Is that?
Yeah,
Oh, my armor
or
class
equal
is
to.
How does Sharkbait attack? Does Seth have to command Sharkbait to attack, or does he have his own place in the
instead
initiative
of
order?
his attack, he goes at the same initiative, but
Alright. Just want to check.
and he deals 12 damage.
Whoa.
With a massive, he swings a massive fist down at Turk and slams into him for a massive 12 damage.
So do I...
Nice black eye, Turk.
I'm okay.
is.
I'm very durable. I subtract 12 off my 31 hit points.
Current
Is
hit
that what I
points,
do?
yeah.
Oh boy.
All right, it is now Alan of the 5 Sacraments.
So, I'm going to say a quick prayer and then cast Guiding Bolt. So, I'm going to click it into the thing here. So, it's one action. A flash of light streaks towards a creature of my choice within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes 4d6 radiant damage. And the next attack roll made against this target before the end of my next turn has advantage. At higher lives. So, I'm going to cast it with a 1 spell slot. So, I'm going to make just a regular old attack roll, and then add my spellcasting modifier, which is
Wisdom.
which is 5. So let's just do it this way. So we'll roll for, this is not what I should be on. I should be on this. We'll do a dex roll and add 5. It's the 6 hit.
What is it? Why is it a -1?
My dexterity ain't great.
No, but you should be adding your proficiency
Spell save.
plus your wisdom. Right?
I know, but it's a ranged attack, right? Isn't that a dex roll for ranged attack?
Not if it's magic. Magic
Yeah.
is with your casting
Yeah, you
stat.
Oh, my bad.
reroll with your wisdom and
18 to hit? It's much different.
yeah, it's also plus 2 because of your
Plus
proficiency.
5.
So yeah, that hits.
20 to hit?
15
Okay,
to
cool.
hits.
All right, and that's going to be 4d6.
46 radiant. Nothing added.
I
It's
did
a
not
1.
want to do. Okay, I should do it here. Sorry, d6. 4 of these. Roll. That'll
you
be
go.
12 damage.
12 damage.
Nice.
And the next attack on the golem gets advantage, so they get to roll twice.
Yes, so a searing bolt of light crashes into the beast, the golem. It starts crumbling down. It's looking not so good at this point. And for the next attack against it is going to have advantage, so you get to roll twice.
Speaking of Turk,
So how do I actually attack with the raptor if I want to do that? I mean, I know it's
So
not my
it's
turn
in
yet,
your
but I'm
attacks and
curious.
spellcasting area.
Companion. You can attack. You basically instead of attacking with your ability, you use your shark bait's ability. So you just command it to move and attack with your
Okay.
action instead of you attacking. And shark bait has his abilities on your character sheet under attack and spellcasting. It should say when it attacks, it uses its bite attack and claw attacks, and it has advantage on attack rolls when allies are beside it. So
Okay.
it's actually better
Okay.
than your attack. Shark bait's good. Okay, but now it is Turk 2 coins. You have advantage to
Alright.
attack the golem, and so that means you're going to apply your sneak attack if you hit. And you get to roll twice and take the best.
Okay, so first I just roll. So wait, so sneak
Roll-
attack is for damage only?
For damage only if you hit.
Okay, so I
But you get to
swing my
roll twice
rapier.
to hit.
All right, so I swing my rapier again.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the name, 2 coins. Oh yeah, look at that.
20. Oh, is that crit?
It's a
That's another crit.
that's a
Oh
crit.
my
I'm
goodness.
I'm, I'm
aren't
going
you the
off,
best?
guys.
That's why we roll with
So
advantage.
this is very You would have missed had it not been for the guiding bolt. So that was excellent. Excellent.
That's good.
Little
Good thing he
layup
wasn't looking.
there. Yeah. Well, it's blinded by this light, and that means you roll 3d8
Yeah.
plus you're adding your sneak attack dice, but you're doubling those. So
Oh,
it's
that's right. Oh,
3d8
Jesus Christ.
plus 4d6 plus your strength modifier.
Plus. Wait, what?
3d8 because you're an orc. So,
Yeah.
and then you're adding your sneak attack bonus because you have advantage.
But what's my sneak
so
attack
that's
bonus?
2d6. But since you crit, you double all your dice rolls, so you have 4d6. So 3d8 plus 4d6 plus 3.
How do I roll multiple dice at once?
I don't think you can. We'll just have to do the math.
Okay,
ourselves.
so I want to do my sneak attack. So 2d6 first, right?
Well, go into advanced roll.
Yeah.
So yeah, then you can do 3d6.
Wait, 2d6, right? 'Cause sneak attack?
Yeah, I did
No,
it.
4d6.
Oh, 4d6.
Oh, there you go. So tell me
Told me
about it.
38 damage.
No, I rolled. That's
Oh, wait.
Richard still has to roll.
Okay.
But I just
So-
showed how you do it.
Wait, is it 4d6 or 2d6 times 2?
No,
It's this.
46.
Okay, just copy and
46?
paste the rolling.
Just take the 38.
Oh my god.
No, but you didn't.
No. You're doing it wrong as well.
What?
Okay.
Wait, how did you get how did you do multiple?
So that was only 46.
How do you roll multiple dice at once?
You just
Okay, all you're
keep
gonna do,
plussing.
type dash roll and control
Ah.
paste that in. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah.
Wait, so it's
No,
dash
no.
roll or slash roll?
Okay.
Slash roll and
Slash,
then take
forward slash.
and then take
One of those.
that thing.
Okay, here we go. Ready for the most epic move you've seen. It's like it's a
it's anywhere near
cutscene. I'm
38.
leaping in the air.
Yeah.
And boom!
He's blinded.
34.
All
Boom,
right.
with one fell swoop.
Will leap
golem
into the air.
dies.
The stun golem it can't defend itself. It's blinded by the light. And then you leap and you slice the jade totem head in half, and it explodes with a little puff of jade energy, And finally, the entire golem goes down, crumbling to the ground.
And the name of 2 coins is seared into the memory of all my allies.
Sounds like I just wanted to use the gosh darn raptor.
Yeah, really, so close. So
Look at that. Look at
close.
those special effects.
Wow!
Wow. All right, yeah.
Why is it
it's very
sparkling?
dead. I don't know. Because it's a vampire. It is dead. So, with the final trial out of the way, it seems like you have free reign to move forward.
All right, let's get out of
Let's
here.
go to the temple or towards the temple.
I guess the primal
All right.
wellspring.
Shortly after, it's not far away from the spot is where you finally reach the primal wellspring.
Wow, it's more beautiful than I ever imagined.
Cool.
It's
So,
Is it a waterfall with eyes? What is it?
Yes.
kind of.
Apparently.
I didn't.
You haven't
budget,
heard the stories?
Yeah. I didn't budget more time for this than right about now. So I do have to go at
This
this.
is a good spot to end it.
Yeah, it's a good
Yeah.
spot to stop.
All right. Well, so you reach the primal wellspring, and before you get to actually explore it proper, you hear a booming voice narrating above you that our heroes have reached the primal wellspring. What wonders shall they find there? What artifacts, what power shall they find there to aid them in their journey to finally reach the temple of Alcazar, blah, 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 and get the chalice, the Hierophant's chalice, which is a super powerful artifact, totally in Magic the Gathering's lore. Tune in next time to find out. All right, guys. See ya.
Nice.
Adios.
Bye.
Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up with the latest and greatest, click on the subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to check out similar videos, click on the links here and here.